Hey guys, it's Katie, and today we're going to talk about weight loss. I know as women, this is something we think about a lot and probably stress about way more than we should. So I'm sharing my top 5 healthy is important, tips for losing weight. Before that though, do you notice anything different? Yeah, I painted my office. I was sharing it on Snapchat last week, and it's kind of embarrassing, but I had painter's tape around my office for the last 6 months or so because Ryan and I had planned on painting it and never got around to it. So it finally happened. It feels so fresh in here. I got some new decor behind me. It's just like a whole new world. So I'm feeling super inspired, and I really do want to share these tips with you guys because there are so many unhealthy ways to lose weight. But at the end of the day, if you want it to be something that lasts long term, you have to do it the right way, and the right way is the healthy way. So if you're trying to lose a few extra lbs, sweat that thumbs up button by giving it a click. So most of the tips for today are gonna be nutrition based, but I do have one really important workout tip for you. And think about it this way. If you have done my Oreo challenge, you know how hard it is, and that's just to burn off one Oreo. So if you are gonna eat bad foods, you have to really think about burning all those crazy calories just to land at an even spot versus even trying to lose weight. It's a lot of work. So your better option is eating healthier, making better choices, and then working out, and then voila, that weight loss actually starts to happen. So my number 1 tip, this is, if nothing else, the most important thing you could ever possibly do, and that is to give up fad diets for good, like forever. I don't want you trying anything crazy. You cannot out-train a bad diet. There's a lot of debate about calories in, calories out, but really it comes down to the quality of the food and how you're eating and nourishing your body throughout the day. You guys know I've tried pretty much every fad diet there is, and when I was in high school, I did a no-carb diet all the time. I'd cycle on and off of it, so if you look through especially my senior year photos, I'm really big, and then I got really skinny, and then I get big and get really skinny. And that's because your body needs carbohydrates. It needs proteins, carbs, and fats. Those are your 3 things that you absolutely have to have every single day. And when you don't have them, your body doesn't get very happy. You might lose some weight, especially if you cut out those carbs for a moment, but that's not something that's gonna last a long time. And we want stuff that's gonna last long term. The other problem is when you start reintroducing those carbs back into your diet, all of a sudden you start gaining weight because your body's freaking out trying to hold on to them and store them because it doesn't know if it's ever gonna get them again. So going on and off those cycles is terrible. No more. We're ditching the fad diets for good. Goodbye. Bye, Felicia. The other part with the fad diets is it can really cause serious metabolic issues like I was talking about. When you're going on and off things, your body is like, what's happening? So it's better if you're consistent and you're consistently fueling your body the way it wants to be fueled. It's gonna use it, it's gonna burn it, and you'll lose that fat that you don't want. The number 2 thing you need to do if you're trying to lose weight is drink more water. I know this can be really hard for a lot of people. I love water, so this isn't something I struggle with, but I hear from so many girls, it's just a challenge to get a couple glasses of water a day. And if you're trying to lose weight and just to be able to function, if you're working out, you need anywhere from 1.5 liters to 3 liters of water a day. So you really should be drinking it. Things like adding strawberries or other fruit, lemon, lime into your water, mint to infuse it so that you get a little more flavor, or even adding a little mineral water so you get that carbonation if that's something that you're used to, can be really helpful to help you hit your mark and make sure you're staying hydrated. And the great thing about drinking plenty of water is it actually can help boost your metabolism to up to about 3%. So definitely worth chugging it down. Okay, so a little TMI, if you're not sure if you're drinking enough water, or if you think you might be drinking too much water, you're gonna have to look in the bowl. And I know, but you want your pee to be the color of a really light lemonade, almost a limeade. So it has a little kind of hue of yellow, but just a little bit. So you don't want it really yellow, that's not enough water. And if it's clear completely, then you're probably drinking too much water. So try to find somewhere in the middle. I know. Number 3, don't skip dessert. I know you're Katie, I'm trying to lose weight. Skipping dessert sounds like I probably should be doing that. But here's the thing, if you are completely restricting yourself, just like we talked about earlier when we were talking about the fad diets, all you're gonna think about is that thing that you can't have. So if you're I can't ever have sweets, or I can't ever have dessert, then you're gonna want dessert more and more and more. And when you do have it, you're probably gonna binge and go way overboard and have way more than you should. So when I'm talking about dessert, I mean things like maybe a little bite of dark chocolate. It has great antioxidants for you, just small amounts of sugar, but I like real legit dark chocolate, like 80% cocoa. And then I also love taking plain Greek yogurt and adding like almond butter or peanut butter, like a tablespoon, and mixing it together. And in my 4-week meal plan that's coming out soon, yay, I have that as part of your meals throughout the day. And so when I'm eating on that, what I'll do, instead of eating it like midday, I swap them around and I eat it as dessert at night. So that peanut butter or almond butter just adds some more flavor to it. You get the fats and then the protein from the yogurt, which helps you sleep too. Perfect. The other thing with thinking about desserts at night, keep them healthy, keep it clean, and make sure you keep them small. We're not talking about like a giant bowl of ice cream or something. If you are gonna indulge, keep it in check. Number 4, eat lean proteins at every meal. So I like to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. So we're talking like meals, not like meals. And I always have protein, but it doesn't have to be animal protein. So lean proteins, of course, are things like chicken, turkey, fish. Those are great. But if you're vegetarian or you just kind of want to limit the meat that you're eating, think about things like quinoa and lentils, beans. Those all have a lot of protein too. So you can make sure you're getting those in throughout the day, and it's gonna help keep you full. It's gonna help build muscle. So that lean muscle is gonna come from incorporating protein because it is the building blocks to muscle. And more muscle, guess what? Burns more fat. Boom. All right, so our last tip is just as important as all the others, and I promise if you start incorporating all 5 of these tips, you are going to see that weight loss and changes happening. Number 5 is mix up your workouts. Now, it's important to find things that you like to do. If you hate doing yoga or you hate running, don't do them because you're gonna dread it every time. You're gonna have a bad attitude. You're not gonna push as hard. So find things you like doing. Be open to trying out some new stuff, but mix it up throughout the day. I always get comments on videos. I know you guys find certain ones you love, like the Love Handle Bar Boot Camp video, and you're like, can I do this every single day? You could, but you're gonna get bored. You're gonna get fatigued. It's not gonna be as exciting. So to keep those muscles confused and also just to keep you having fun during your workouts, make sure you're switching it up. So you can do it a couple times a week, the same thing. If you wanna go for a run like 2 to 3 times, sure. So make sure you're doing some other stuff on those other days to really keep it fresh. So the top 5 things you have to do to start losing that excess weight. Give up fad diets, that is number 1. You have to do that before anything else. Give up those fad diets. Number 2, drink more water. Remember, you want that light yellow pee. I know. Number 3, don't skip dessert. So keep it healthy, keep it small, but if you want a little treat, let it happen. Number 4, eat a clean, healthy, lean protein with every single meal. And number 5, mix up those workouts. Comment below with which one of these things you're gonna be working on and commit to yourself right now to make the change. And don't forget, good things come to those who sweat. So I'll see you guys next week for another awesome workout. Bye.